What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow.
Do we really need to see more from God of War Ragnarok? This newest trailer, showcasing even more gameplay and story elements, is spreading like wildfire all over the internet, and is further hyping what many are expecting to be the greatest God of War game ever made and a strong contender for Game of the Year. Nearly a week ago, I released a video about the silence of God of War Ragnarok, and why Sony Santa Monica has been playing it safe by not revealing too much of their highly anticipated follow-up to the grand success that was God of War 2018. If you want to see my thoughts about Santa Monica Studios' silence, check out this card here that will link you to that video. From the responses that I got from that video, the majority of the commenters preferred for Sony to continue being vague regarding story details and new gameplay elements, as most fans were convinced that they would pick up the game on day one. On the flip side, there was an understandable distaste in the lack of content shown regarding this upcoming game. Even though God of War 2018 was a great game in many people's eyes, some people wanted to see more gameplay, more reveals, and more spicy new info that shined a brighter light on why God of War Ragnarok deserves their time and money later this year. Sony's State of Play dropped at just the right time, as a growing number of people wanted to see more from this game, and they got just that with a doozy of a trailer, showing us some amazing new combat, locations, boss fights, and story info that, to me, seemingly checked off all the boxes that many people were asking for. Now that this trailer is out, let me ask you again. Do you need to see more gameplay and story information to convince you that this may be worth your money and time? I can only speak for myself, but this trailer has so much epic content packed into it that it more than makes up for the silence many fans have been bothered by. Now, let's talk about that trailer.
We will make our own destiny.
Not much speculation here, as I've got you covered in numerous videos going over what we may expect from this game that hasn't already been explicitly confirmed. You can view that playlist here if you'd like to dive into that, but let's focus on the little speculation in the video that I have for you, provided by the words of our man Kratos here.
Death can have me when it earns me. Fate only binds you if you let it.
Death can have me when it earns me. Fate only binds you if you let it. He is, of course, referencing the fate that is written to befall him during the events of Ragnarok, where Kratos is to die, of which we learned at the very end of the previous game. Well, we know from our man here that over the last few decades has crawled time and time again out of death numerous times, and we're likely to see something like that happen in God of War Ragnarok. Killing off such an iconic character like Kratos would seem to be too dramatic a move for Sony, so we can go into this game with a high degree of certainty that Kratos will emerge alive and potentially well from this epic showdown in Ragnarok. Atreus seems to be hiding some key information from Kratos, as he may be trying to protect Kratos from that prophesied fate, making plans of his own to try to protect his father. From the lines of Kratos, do what is necessary, not because it is written. We will make our own destiny, serves just as that. A motto that Kratos has lived by since his origins in ancient Greece, that destiny can very much change, and that you are not tied down to just one fate. All you need to do is change it. We saw that specifically in God of War 2, where Kratos literally changes his own fate after losing his life to Zeus, in addition to the numerous times Kratos has crawled out of hell to emerge once again to continue his life. The secrets that Atreus knows about such a prophecy befalling his father will definitely be a major part of the storyline, as Kratos will not only have to contend with parenting his son as he matures into a young adult, but also with being denied information that may be incredibly important for Kratos to know. I can't wait to see how this dynamic between Kratos and Atreus is explored and is likely to have incredible ripple effects throughout the entire story here. In addition, we also saw Tyr quite a bit in this trailer as well, in what looks like him and Kratos cooperating with one another near the end of the trailer. What's Tyr doing with one of Kratos' blades? What secrets is Atreus keeping from Kratos? Why does this game look so good? So many questions from this new trailer, I tell ya. I don't even know where to begin. It looks like we see the silhouette of Odin standing beside Kratos' house in Midgard as well. New Valkyrie fights, incredible new monsters, staggering variety to the environments of this game that far eclipse the diversity we saw in the previous one, awesome new combat moments, including what we see here with Kratos pinning an enemy down as Atreus fires at it point blank, Atreus ushering the dawn of Ragnarok alongside the sons of Fenrir, the amazing showdown between Kratos and Thor. I mean, look at this! How epic is it that we see these two gods going at it across the frozen lake of the Nine? Just look at how Thor recalls the Mjolnir with the snap of his fingers. As a fan of the series since its inception back in 2005, it's settings and build-ups like this that made me a huge fan of God of War, and I'm sure the developers have done an incredible job with all the boss fights in this game. My last piece of speculation is that I believe this fight with Thor is actually going to take place a lot earlier in the game than we might have expected. The game will seemingly start near the end of Fimbulwinter, a period of 3 weeks of persistent and heavy snowfall that blankets Midgard before the ushering in of Ragnarok. As we see Atreus be the one who ushers in Ragnarok in the scene here in the trailer, I would like to think that the fight with Thor takes place before Ragnarok is ushered in, as the fight with Thor looks like it is still taking place in Fimbulwinter. Just a hunch here. Whether or not this will be the only fight we see against Thor, or if fights with Thor take place sporadically throughout the game, just like how Baldur would fight Kratos throughout God of War 2018, is yet to be seen. But the hype for this moment is palpable. This trailer seemingly checked off all the boxes many of us have wanted to see in this game, and as someone who covers God of War Ragnarok extensively on this channel, I couldn't be more excited to get my hands on this game when it launches this November 9th. So, I will ask you all one more time, do you need to see more of this game? Is this enough footage for you to make a decision to pick this game up? If not, what do you still need to see more of? As for me, I was going to pick this game up on day one regardless. God of War 2018 was my favorite single-player game of all time, and this looks like it's going to be that, but so much more. With all 9 realms to explore, with more combat options at our disposal, thanks to some great new insight into the game's new shields and weapon signature moves provided by Game Informer, and all the new story and combat content in this new trailer, I think we have our bases covered. Let me know what you think by signing off in the comments section. We have a little under 2 more months to go, so we could see even more trailers surrounding this game in the weeks leading up to it. Although I think this was the last substantial trailer we'll be seeing of God of War Ragnarok until the game comes out, let me know if you liked what you saw in the trailer or if you were underwhelmed and need more convincing. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video and also subscribe if you loved it. I will once again link the playlist of my God of War Ragnarok content here if you're looking into more speculation and confirmed aspects coming to the game. Thank you again so much for the awesome support, and I look forward to seeing you again real shortly in the next video. Take care, good people.